I am so, so angry. Okay, guys. I am pissed. So pissed. Okay. Um, I was on here for an hour talking about Tron Ares. Okay. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have the same audience or I don't know how this is going to work, man. I cannot keep doing that. I need a double, triple, quadruple check. Make sure that I am using the right account because I haven't been putting that effort, that little bit of effort. So I'm going live mainly because I said that I would go live every day, even if it's just for 20 minutes, if that, because my phone is literally draining as we speak. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna talk about this later. I'm gonna talk about this and try to figure out exactly my issue with not streaming on the right channel. Because, like, guys, I was an hour in, I stopped, and I'm like, why am I still at 84 subscribers? It said I got 3 more subscribers. So, like, where are they? And I was streaming on another account. I was about to go to bed, but now I have to do all this shit all over again. What's up, Connie Puss in Boots? What's up, Modown84? Yeah, I'm just kicking myself in the ass, man. Because, like, I did all this shit on another channel an hour ago, and I'm spent. But I'm gonna be on here. My goal is to get at least 1 subscriber on this motherfucker. So before I start yet again, guys, before I get on this rant, because I'm just gonna do the rant part. I'm gonna do all this again with the review like I did on the other channel, but I'm just gonna rant because this needs to be said about this movie. But before I do that, 16 of you are here. Hey guys, this is a no, I'm not gonna burn out in the car, dude. This ain't the kind of car to do that. Oh, I will. I'm going to. It's fucking. I'm still annoyed by this shit. But anyway, guys, this is a production stream, one of 3, actually, for an analog horror channel. That's what this is. What I mean by production is that every time I stream, it's going to be a different sort of production. So right now, this is a pre-production stream, and I'm scouting a location at this time because this is when I would be filming for the analog horror entry, whatever one I'm doing. This is when I would be doing it. And I'm doing this to basically clock to see when there's like non-existent traffic, both people and cars, because I'm gonna be by myself. And a few streams ago, there's some sketchy fucking murdered out, I think a Camaro or a Challenger, and it just did a turnaround at the stop sign up here, went this way, went all the way down this long ass road, did another one, stop like right next to me, damn near. Didn't know what they were doing. Thought they were gonna pull a Gami. It wouldn't be, you know, the least bit surprising. Um, but it was just fucked. It was just sketchy stuff. So anyway, guys, um, so that's what this is. The active live stream would, or the active production would be me shooting an episode, this camera getting mounted somewhere, and yeah, I wouldn't be really talking to any of y'all. So anybody who pops in would have to just entertain themselves, and I will occasionally be like, hey guys, what's up? You know, this, that. The real reason why you should subscribe is because I am making all of this. I'm shooting, editing, mixing, doing this, and all these other things entirely on my phone. So, using a $30 LumaFusion app. Great app if you're making a simple short film, but you know, and I'm not saying I'm making the most complex thing over here. I'm using a $30 semi-professional app. Uh, if I were editing this on my editing PC with DaVinci Resolve, it would be nothing. It would be the simplest edits. But because I decided to just edit on my phone, I have to like edit, you know, with these fat meat hooks for hands, pinching and, you know, pinching on a timeline, editing a bunch of stuff like in sections on this long timeline, and then dragging them into the main one to like put together like a Lego set, you know? And when you do that, you know, you think you have a good product, you log off, come back on, because the app is pushing out everything on all cylinders. It just suddenly your audio doesn't work. So you have to separate the audio, put the audio on a different audio track, and pray that you didn't put anything else on that track, and you have to make a mental note of it. The same thing could happen the next day, or it could delete altogether, like one of my shorts did. And when any of that stuff happens, uh, I can keep it cool for a little bit, but eventually I'm gonna crash out. And I mean genuinely crash out. This isn't like a performative crash out. I'm editing short films on my phone with my fingers, no other assistance. There's no pen, there's no stylet, nothing. So that is worth the subscription alone, because I'm just gonna crash out. Now, the rant I'm gonna do is gonna just be the briefest of rants, because I already did this for an hour, like I said, and my goal is just to get at least one subscriber, because that's what these daily streams are meant to be, me getting one more subscriber. So, I saw Tron Ares in IMAX 3D and D-Box Real D 3D. If you want my honest opinion, go to the D-Box Real D 3D. If you want me to get even more specific, and these are just the seats, you know, I'm not talking about the crazy one that spits water in your face. If you have that one available, go to that one. I'm sure it's going to be a gajillion times better than what this one was. This one was pretty badass, though. Yeah, I know it's almost 4 a.m. I started at 3 a.m. on another channel, thinking that it was this channel, the main channel I want to promote, and it wasn't. So, got 3 subscribers over there, so hopefully that luck comes over here, but I just need 1. Anyway, so go see it in D-Box. Best experience, okay? Now, where my rant is coming in is that when I got home and when I was charging my phone so I can do this, I was watching YouTube videos and seeing other people's point of view. And let me just say, let me just say this, okay? I've heard people say that this film is woke. You know what I mean? Like woke. Like and seeing after seeing it twice in one day, it's got me thinking, what the fuck are they talking about? Okay? What is woke about this movie? Because if you've seen it like I saw it twice, okay, so the lead character is Ares, who is played by Jared Leto, who is a white guy. The Dillinger Company is run by a white guy whose mom is Scully from the X-Files, who is probably one of the whitest women. She's English. So you have the main bad guy is white. A hero is white. What the fuck is woke? And now when at this point I know what they mean. If there is a this is what woke means, I found. Is that if there's any sort of brown or black anywhere in the film, then it's woke. You know? That's where I that's my logic, because that's the only thing that makes sense, because Ares' right hand man is a black woman, right? And this even furthers my point, and I'm going to get into micro spoilers. So if you don't like spoilers for Tron Ares, just skip for a little bit, because I'm going to get into spoilers to further prove my point. Actually, no, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off on spoilers. But, like, she replaces Tron, or actually, I'm going to get into spoilers, sorry. She replaces Tron as the Master Command for Dillinger. So she becomes the bad guy. So you have a black woman hunting down a white dude to delete him. And again, hate to break it to you, she dies at the hands of a white man. So, like, again, I'm trying to think what could possibly be woke. And then I'm like, well, the two, like, important heads of ecom is an Asian lady and an Indian tech bro dude. He's a comic. I think I don't know if he's Indian. I think he is, or he's Pakistan, like something. He's Middle Eastern or he's Indian. I don't know. He's just, like, for this argument, he's brown. He's a brown guy. And then her friend, I think, is a Latino or something, maybe. I don't know. I don't know who he is. The only reason I say that is because he's brown as well, and he talked about making a breakfast burrito. Okay, so, and I'm Latin, I can make that joke. Okay, I don't want to hear it. My point is just like, the people that are complaining about this, okay, are the same people that are saying that millennials are too soft, are these sensitive people, these yet these white guys who haven't seen the movie and are talking about not seeing the movie because they heard from, I was reading reviews, the reviews I've seen said that it was woke. And I'm like, wow. So you're letting one of the 8 billion people that populate this planet dictate your viewing experience, who you don't even know, who doesn't know your connection to the franchise at all, your personal feelings about the franchise. You don't know their personal taste in films at all. So they could like all the shittiest movies on this planet. They could like Date Movie, Epic Movie, uh, 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 Meet the Spartans, like all this dumb shit, and then be like, oh, Tron Ares is woke, don't go see it. And you, just because you hear woke, you're suddenly like, oh well, they said woke, I'm not gonna see it then. They if these people who I don't even know, and they don't know me or my taste in movies, yeah, if they're telling me it's woke, then I'm not gonna see it. I'm not going to give Disney my money. And I'm just like, that's another thing that people have been saying, that why they're not going to say, I don't want to give Disney my. Do you think Disney gives a fuck about your 1550 for Tron Ares? Do you think they give a shit? Did you, like, in my two screenings, I saw a trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu, and then I saw a trailer for Avatar, Fire and Ash. They do not, your money, whatever like, dude, that argument only works like, I'm not going to give Disney my money, is if you were like part of the Disney fan club. You went to Disney every year, multiple times a year. You buy everything that came out with Disney, and they did something to you, and then you swore off that company and never bought another Disney product. That's the only reason it worked. And you know what? It doesn't even work then, because the amount that you spent, I guarantee you other people have spent tenfold. So your money literally means nothing. And if you don't spend money on Disney like that at all, and it's just the occasional Marvel movie, or in this case Tron, your money doesn't fucking matter, dude. Okay? So stop using that as a fucking excuse. This is a movie that, to a sequel that has been 15 years ago. This isn't fucking Star Wars, where they're pumping them out left and right, getting Jack Black and Lizzo to come in and make cameos. No, this isn't that type of fucking franchise, okay? This is a franchise that shouldn't exist. And you're claiming that you're a fucking fan of the original Tron. You enjoy Tron Legacy for the music and the visuals. But oh no, you like, Disney's been making all this quote unquote woke stuff. I will not support it. As if Tron was ever supposed to be a fucking franchise to begin with. And it's just, it's like, I'm just, it's so annoying, because not only do I feel like Ares is better than Legacy in a lot of ways, one, with the score, which I didn't think that I would fucking say going into this. Like, you see Daft Punk and you're like, oh, that's Tron. They look like they fit in that world. They're literally in that world DJing a club. And like, you hear the soundtrack now. After I listen to the soundtrack now after watching Ares, and I'm like, this sounds like Daft Punk sampling a bunch of Tron sounds. Like, it does sound like a Tron score. It does sound like it would exist in that world, but it still sounded like a Daft Punk like sound. There's still Daft Punk in it, and I'm not, again, it's just like, I love Daft Punk. I love that score. Love it. But when you like bring in the like a band like Nine Inch Nails, it's like Rage Against the Machine coming in and scoring. I'm like, what the hell is that even gonna sound like? Number one, I don't fucking know. I have no, I have no idea. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to see it. Cause like, you get Daft Punk, I at least know what I'm getting with that. Whoa, 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 wait, hold on, dude, hold on. What's that? My mom is tired of me, so I'm gonna commit next month in my room. Maybe I'm using the word like, dude, because I'm fucking tired. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't write any of this down. I went so fluid on the last stream that, I mean, not to, not for the double entendre for stream and fluid here, but you know what I mean. And dude, don't, Aisha, don't commit anything. All right, don't say anything like that. You don't need to do that. Okay, so what? Your mom is tired of you. Guess what? You know what? Don't just, you know. I'm too tired to have this conversation with you, but like, your mom is one of the 8 billion other souls that populate this planet. Okay, she brought you into this world. Sure, you guys. I don't know what y'all's relationship is like, but let me tell you something. At the end of the day, she's still one of the 8 billion that populate the planet. She's not right about her opinions, and she makes mistakes, and you know, like, fuck it, fuck her. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Don't do anything fucking rash over an individual's opinion of you. Okay, focus on you. Do what you got to do, and you'll do fine. Okay, just like you gotta don't take that so. Yeah, listen to Dina darling. Listen to her. Have her talk to you. She's the one with the sense right now. I'm not, because I'm saying like every minute, but I'm saying it to say like um this movie is such a love letter to the original in a way that Legacy wasn't. There are scenes that you see old Tron, the old Tron mainframe, and it's not done in a way that other properties have done nostalgia. Like there's a genuine reason why they have to be there, and it makes sense. You know, everything makes sense. The music makes so much sense. The music is so embedded in this film. It matches so much more than it ever did with Legacy, in my opinion. And the fact that they're shooting this from the Dillinger perspective, which are the red, for those of you who don't know. Um, well, hold on. Hey, look. I respect Casadorus Rex. I understand what you mean. But sometimes it's fine. I'm not afraid to tackle that sort of topic. It's cool. Like I if I can lend a hand, I just would appreciate it not being at 4 o'clock in the morning. That's it. See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The new what does the new fruity version mean when you say that, dude? What does that mean in regards to Tron? Okay, because let me tell you something. You look at the original Tron, dude. I mean, come on. It's I love it. I love it. I love the film. I love the original. I dig Tron Legacy for what it is. Okay, but like Tron Ares is like on another level for me with the music, with the visuals. The story is whatever. Like again, the stories in these are all like they're they're passable. Oh, it's a mix of both, dude. I'd say it's a mix of both. Um, Tron Legacy is acknowledged at points. Um, but again, it's about Dillinger. It's about the bad guys. It's their point of view during all this. You're seeing Ares like being a cog in this villainous system, and he decides to break free. He wants to be a real boy, technically. Don't mean to get Pinocchio here, and that's a joke that they make in the thing. Uh, but yeah, dude. I listen. If you have a real D3D D box theater, go see it there, and make sure that your seats maxed out. And if I may suggest, D box. Um, I'm talking about the seated ones. I'm not talking about the ones that kind of lift and move you and squirt water in your face or smoke and all that. That's a completely. I haven't been to one of those. All I've been to are the individual seats that move left and right, back and forward, vibrate and stuff. Um, if you go to this theater, the one of those theaters, there's going to be 2 rows in like the center, usually. Um, and then there's going to be 2 in the front. And those are reserved for like if people are in wheelchairs, and they're going with the person that's with them would sit in those D box seats while they're sitting next to their friends or whatever. Or I think maybe for the people there in the wheelchair to sit in the D box. I don't know. All I know is that I've never seen anybody sit in those seats, and we were going at 10 p.m. So like, I doubt that you know anybody's gonna select those seats at that time. Oh, okay. Well, if you ever run into D box, get one of the seats that are isolated, because odds are nobody sat in them. Um, and like I've said, the seats that I were in, it's they're selected so infrequently that the seats are still stiff from being not used. They're like the leather hasn't been broken in at all. And it's just again, nobody picks those seats. So all the mechanics in them are still fresh. The vibrations are going to be more intense. Everything's going to be just crazier on those seats. So that's my tip for y'all. If you're going with another person, there are 2 seats there. Both of you are there. There's nice space. If you guys are sharing popcorn or something, you guys can just, slide it. Whatever. It's you get all the leg room. You can get up, go to the bathroom easier, not have to worry about anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but again, it's just like it's so the music is timed with the seat vibrations. The action's really cool. Um, Now the 3D, and I think I said this earlier. I don't know. Um, the 3D is post converted, so it's like Tron Legacy. Um, and they still haven't fixed the problem 15 years later, and they still haven't figured out how to like keep the 3D in focus from every angle, even if it's just a non 3D film getting post production. They still haven't figured that out. You still have to have the right angle so that everything is overlaid properly. Otherwise, you get like a 2D, 3D sort of like layover that, you know, will fix itself when you get the proper angle. But the 3D the visual effects that are in 3D are perfect because you don't need like you don't need cameras to film that stuff. They're just all artificial, so you you know it's gonna look good regardless. But But yeah, it's just really fun. I don't know. I don't understand the woke battle cry for this series. I don't understand. You mostly eye to sci-fi? Do I mostly like sci-fi? Uh Personally, like I would say I'm more like hmm I'm into satire. Like satire is my number one genre that I love. Um Doctor Strangelove and Network are like my favorite, are in my top five. Doctor Strangelove's number one, and Network is number three for me. I just love satires because they, so done right, like one battle after another. They feel so convincingly real that it's funny, and the reality is very hard to do. So that's why it's number one. But sci-fi is probably, I'm probably more into sci-fi, but fantasy is right there. It's probably like my third, third or fourth with fantasy. I like fantasy because I don't know. Fantasy might edge it out because there are so few fantasy films that are actually great. There's a shitload of sci-fi films that are awesome. You know. Uh, Polyester. Hold on, let me take a screenshot of that. I'm not gonna remember that. There you go. Polyester. I will look it up. I will definitely look it up. Um, haven't seen it. Haven't even heard of it. Um, but yeah, no, definitely see Doctor Strangelove. I would say see Doctor if you want to have like a crazy, like I don't know, like a like Doctor Strangelove Network is a good double feature. Doctor Strangelove One Battle After Another, or Doctor Strangelove and Eddington. Uh, Eddington was great too. Like this year with satires was phenomenal. Uh, I unfortunately didn't see Eddington in theaters, even though I wanted to. Um, Missed the opportunity, but I did see One Battle After Another in IMAX. That was brilliant. Um, but yeah, Aries is a fun popcorn film that isn't woke at all. If you hear anybody say that, don't listen to them. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. And even if you do see people, like there are plenty of like this film. They like the visuals, they love the Nine Inch Nails, but like the story they feel wasn't there. And I'm like, when has the story been there? You know, like when, like even like I've said it earlier. The original is fun, but it's all over the place. Like there's a lot of things in that movie that are just what the fuck, what the fuck type of moments, and you just accept it. You know, that's pretty much what it is. There's less like what the fuck moments in here. Um, Again, some of the dialogue moments are I don't like her friend in the beginning was a little annoying to me because he just kept talking. Um, but he grew on me. Um, but yeah, guys, like go see this movie, man. For nothing, it's not a franchise that like spits out things every year, you know, and like with this film in particular, I like where it's going. I like the questions that it leaves open. Like it really it really feels like they want to put effort into it, but they're not sure how much, if that makes sense. It's it it's they You can tell they want to do more, and I can see them caring about this more than other things, because again, it's not, Star Wars is not their property. Uh, um, Marvel is not their property. It's other IPs that they bought, and they're trying to, they're there's so many comics that exist. It's hard to nail down the stories and all this other stuff. So it's just, they have to worry a lot about that with Tron. Tron is Disney's original IP. They own it. So yeah, Disney killed Marvel. I think Marvel killed Marvel. I don't think Disney. Here's the problem with Disney. Um, Disney got comfortable with the system, and Kevin Feige didn't pump the brakes when he should have. After Endgame, there shouldn't have been anything else for a long time. Like, I'm not saying like take a Tron level break. I'm saying take a 5 year break, or at maybe a 4 year break. Like, develop what the next stage is gonna be. And as much as I would throw that at Disney, I think Kevin Feige went up to bat and was just like, look, we have this multiverse concept. We have Loki. We have these big shows, like we have WandaVision, and you have a genuine moment in there where you're just like, oh my God, are we actually gonna do this right now? Like with the Quicksilver cameo from X-Men, Days of Future Pat, like that. And then it's like, are we gonna have Loki? Or no, not Loki. Mephisto? Is he gonna come in? And like Mephisto comes in Ironheart, like 5 years later. So it's Marvel listening to fans but not listening to fans. I don't think Mephisto was part of this plan at all. I think people were so ready for him to be in WandaVision that Marvel was just like, yeah, we have to put him. Kevin Feige was like, yeah, we got to figure out a way to put him in here. So yeah, no, I don't think Disney did. I think they don't know how to handle it, and they put too much faith in the powers that be. With Tron, I don't think they have that issue because that's their property, and Disney has taken some L's, right? And I think that this film is good enough and safe enough um, to kind of give it a soft reboot to where it can get people back into it. Um, but it's just, again, it's like if you hear woke in this film, don't listen to it. It's a stupid thing. And like I would say even beyond that, just be an adult about it. Like if you're letting other people's opinions dictate how you're going to interpret a story, with like no sort of like, I do not give a shit how connected in opinions. Oh, we every what he says about a movie when in his reviews, I usually see him and I genuinely feel the same way about like 95 or 90%. It's like, well, I mean, okay, how about watch the movie before seeing it and then have an opinion? And then they don't want to answer that. They're like, oh, well, I don't want to waste my money on something I know is going to be bad. It's like, well, you don't know it's going to be bad because you haven't seen it. I don't care how many times you guys link up. It's like he knows nothing about your life and life experiences and how you as an individual process media. So you shouldn't be listening to anybody's opinion on anything that you have a vague interest in, because they don't know how you're coming into the franchise, just like you don't know how they're coming in. So shut the hell up. Take a note from the book that you like telling other people, like, oh, millennials are so soft. always worried about their feelings. Meanwhile, you're quick to just hear woke and suddenly not support something, and suddenly that's fuck. It's just annoying. It's just that generation's supposed to be the people that don't give a fuck. The Gen Xers and up don't give a fuck, and like fuck your feelings. You know, you can't tell me what to do. Oh, unless it's my movie choices. Oh my God, heaven forbid I see a black person in a film. Oh God, I didn't know they were Okay, fine. There can be one black person, but everybody else has to be white. And so help me God, there's another brown person or someone that looks different, I'm gonna hurl my monitor. That there's, I can't believe that this woke nonsense is continuing to get pumped out with my my Tron films. Oh my God, God, what a bunch of fucking pussies, man. That's what they are. They're a bunch of fucking pussy people that are just crybabies, that aren't willing to like give their own opinions about something. They'd rather live in the vacuum, uh, and live their life that way. It's like, oh, I like my old Tron. You know, I'll just watch Tron on my 70-inch TV and then play my Tron arcade cabinet. Okay, well, good for you, dude. Good for fucking you. Nobody cares. Okay? Nobody cares. You're not going to be immortalized in bronze for the decisions you're making. You're just choosing not to involve yourself in the property that you quote unquote love so much that you bought an arcade cabinet and love the original, that like you can't just welcome a new film like Tron Legacy, or in this case Tron Ares. It's like, it's another Tron film, guy. It's a Tron film. It's two Tron films that never should have existed. You got two Tron films that never should have existed. What if they made Spawn and made Spawn Asian? Okay, look, man. Casting matters, yeah, but like at what point is something not woke? Okay? When the lead character is a white man. When the lead antagonist and his mother are both white. Okay? When the bad guy is a black woman who is then defeated by a white guy. Like, when is it not going to be woke? A white good guy. Sorry, a white good guy. So a guy who is working for a white guy working for the bad guys sees the wrong in it and decides to make it his mission to get the plans to the good guys and help them out. Like, isn't that what white people want in their movies? Isn't that what every white person has been complaining about when they say something is woke? Why are white guys always the bad guys? Why are we always bested by women and black people? Like, what can't the white guy be good? You got it. You got even we doubled down. We started him off as a working for the bad guy. His name is Ares. He is named after the god of, like, what more do you guys want? I don't get it. It's like, at what point does your complaints about woke ends? Does his right hand man have to be white too? Does the bad guy have to be white and the white guy have to be white? Or the good guy have to be white as well? It's like, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Here's another thing. Here's another one of the complaints that I have. It's like, where's this complaining about white people being bad guys coming from all of a sudden? Because let me tell you something. Uh, uh, every Die Hard film, hate to break it to you, every bad guy in Die Hard is white. Oh, except oh, I'm sorry. There's Asian henchmen in Die Hard, and then there's a hacking black dude in Die Hard. I'm sorry, they're not all they're not all they're not all white. Never mind, never mind. But like Alan Rickman in the original Die Hard, people love him in that. But I don't know what. And then in Tron too, in the original Tron, the bad guy was white, British. So like I'm trying to understand when that transition happened to where white people were like, whoa, hey, we don't want to be bad guys anymore. We're done with that. Oh, is it when brown people best the white person? Is that when it's a whoa, hey now. I can yeah, yeah, a white guy versus a white guy I can believe, but a black good guy and a white bad guy, I don't know. That's too science fiction for me, guys. That's a little too Star Warsy. And that, what, you gonna throw in a lightsaber too? Like, that's how I see it when people are complaining about stuff like that, and especially stuff that they haven't seen. That's the other thing. Some of these people's responses are choosing not to see it because they heard that it's woke, without having seen nothing in it. And so again, it's I want to see people who say that this is woke to actually see it, and then explain to me what's woke about it, because it doesn't make sense. Yeah, but like putting they have though. They have put Christianity and everything. Like what have you seen Dragon Slayer, dude? Dude, look up Dragon Slayer. You want to open your eyes to like Christianity being pushed? That's a movie where Christianity is being fucking pushed. It's literally like the last living wizard and his apprentice versus the last surviving dragon. That's the story, right? And the old elder wizard is killed, okay? And it's up to his apprentice to defeat this dragon, okay? While this is happening, there is a priest who's preaching the word of God. And everybody's talking about it. It's the new thing that's coming up, this Christianity. This girl even gets a crucifix. The wizard is brought back, looks like the Catholic Pope. The dragon burns the priest in a religious seance, and this guy sees the priest get burned. He goes back to town, and it's just like, we saw the devil. The only way to salvation is through Christianity, and he starts baptizing the villagers. So when the dragon is killed, the last bit of magic on earth is obliterated, and what replaces magic is Christianity. That was in a children's film, dude. I don't remember, but like no, dude. And again, it's like there's no shoehorning. I don't understand. It's just a black woman, that's it. There's no shoehorning. And like the Indian dude who's the one of the like heads of ecom that's in this is just like, he looks like a Silicon Valley dude. He looks like the kind of person that would run ecom. It makes sense. It's not like anything it's nothing different. I don't know. It's just, it's not anything offensive. Oh, what's up, guys? Is that it? Is that who's? Oh, what's up? Yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm putting in another hour. I did I did this rant on another channel, and I'm completely burned out, dude. I'm completely burnt. I can't believe there's 3 people watching this, if I'm being completely honest, and I can't believe the crowd is as active as it is. This is insane. Was it really, dude? And I loved that king. That king was actually funny. That's what was messed up. Uh Cassius Rex. That's what was messed up about that movie. Like, my uncle hadn't seen Dragon Slayer in years, and I just recently saw it, so that's why I'm talking about it. Um, I was like, no, I haven't seen it, and it stars fucking what's his name, Egon or Evov, what the guy from Ghostbusters 2. Oh, with all this blackness, love him, love that guy. I didn't know he had such a run in the '80s where he was like the lead like that. But anyway, um, I love when he goes and he's looking for the necklace, and this is after the king draws his daughter's name to be sacrificed to the dragon, and he's just like, he's playing up to the apprentice. He's like, you know, I always thought Christianity and black magic were hand in hand or something to that effect. Religion and black magic. I was like, oh, I'm like, dude, this is very sacrilege, man. This is like the he's the literal the wizard ashes gets dumped in a lake of fire that's underground and is resurrected to look like a pope that is floating on fire water. The imagery is so blasphemous. Like, it's so insane that like people were okay with all this happening, especially the religious undertone. It's crazy. Anyway, that's funny, dude. I didn't know that, but yeah, guys, yeah. So if you want my review, I'm gonna do a proper review tomorrow. I just wanted to rant. Who knows? I might rant again. I might see. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at every single review that is posted for Tron Ares, and I want to see how many people. Because I only saw 2, and I am not gonna say their names because I don't want to promote them. I think you're referring to Iconography, Dragon, Devil. If get religion vibes from it. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Like in every aspect. Like it's saying that, like, I you know what I love about that movie is that it says that magic, it shows that magic existed but was replaced by religion, and I don't know what about that. It's just so beautiful and sad and tragic and everything. It's great. I love it so much. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. I wish you guys had seen the original hour, because I got 3 subscribers off that rant. So hopefully I got at least 1. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be on later today for a proper review of Tron Ares and an update to the rant. Because who knows, I might see more, and they might even piss me off even more, and I might even drop names. Who cares? They're not going to see my shit. And I probably won't want to see any of their shit either if they think that Tron Ares is woke. But nevertheless, thank you guys for staying up for so long. Please subscribe, the one dude who's here. And I will talk to y'all later today.